Yes, sir.
It's very hot up here, so I decided to wear my cabana outfit.
Yeah. Now, I read this intro. I don't know if you heard it. It says your latest comedy.
Well,
Oh, which one? What other comedies did you do?
Well, it's the only intentional comedy. We call them
Are you going back to Rhinestone? You're not going to go back to that again, are you?
Limestone Cowboy. God, you know. Actually, what it was is, believe it or not, I had two scripts on my desk. One was Rhinestone, and the other was Romancing the Stone. So which, you know, sort of thing. All of their short name has always been lucky for me.
Is that true? You
I
actually
swear
had
to
a
God,
shot
it's
at
like one of these, okay, Dolly Parton. I mean, that'll be a lot of support.
You.
Yes,
And Romancing the Stone.
he can say it, and I get nailed.
Look, there's not a person in this town, I don't think, producer or an actor or a director, who can look at a script and know what it's going to be.
No,
right? It
no.
can't be done.
You don't. As a matter of fact, I mean, you could write novels on people that have basically blown it, and they decided to do their own particular rhinestone, and, you know, they said, oh, Gone with the Wind? Yeah, I think I'd rather do the Hunt Hall story, or, you know, the Bowery Boys Go Boogie.
Yeah.
And no, you do. You're constantly making, but luckily in our private lives, we don't make these the mistakes.
Of course.
And that's what's nice about it. You can just do it professionally.
Yeah,
You get it out of your system.
In your private life.
You know.
Between you and Ed, I can't even get in the tabloids anymore.
Whoa!
There's no room between you guys. So when I'm talking about making a picture, you don't know, because you had that situation in your own life with Rocky. Nobody wanted to do and didn't want you in the picture, right?
Well, I can't blame them. I mean, you know.
No, at the time.
Well, yeah, but they still don't want me in pictures, so...
Oh, get out of here. No.
So it's like, no, at the time, no. Rocky was an idea that really had proven, in other words, boxing films, to be very unsuccessful.
That's true.
And the only reason they did boxing films from the 30s on was they had a very strict morals code, the Hayes Commission, and this is a way to get an actor kind of like in his underwear for 20 minutes.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah, it's true. Remember how they...
Kirk Douglas did The Champion.
Exactly. Robert Ryan. They had Elvis Presley. They had John Garfield. They had... Oh, it went on and on and on and on. You know, Robert Taylor, so on. So then they bring on old Binky Stallone, and that was... I had no idea that it was going to come down like that, but I figured I had nothing to lose. I'll go out there, and I tried to sell him. I said, you know, you're right. A boxing movie probably won't make any money, but a love story will. And it worked.
Well, did it ever work? Yeah. I would say that's an undertaking. Now, let's talk about Rocky, Rambo. Now, all of a sudden, you're doing a farce.
Yeah.
Comedy farce.
Oh,
That's like 180 degrees.
Well, basically, my life has been a farce, so I thought I had to get paid for it.
All of our lives.
I might as well just put it on film, you know. Well, the thing is, I wanted to do a comedy because I actually, there are moments in Rhinestone I like, but I took such a beating. Jeez, you know, Hitler got better notices. I mean, geez. But that was a beating. So I said, okay,
Never again, huh?
Who's gonna hold a grudge, you know? So, and anyway, I stopped writing death threats and decided to do another comedy. And when John Landis came along with this, who's brilliant at doing comedy, he's done Trading Places and Animal House and Blues Brothers, and he said, a farce. I said, whoa. See, a farce is not really like comedy. It's like fuel-injected comedy. It's kind of like, take your most stressful condition you've ever had, like you're late for the airport, you're going to your car, your car runs out of gas, then you finally get gas and a cop gives you a ticket.
That's
Give you a ticket, and you find out your daughter is pregnant. Wait a minute, I mean, it goes on and on and on and on
Lots
and on.
of doors opening and closing and running into rooms
right,
and out.
Exactly right. And I said, this is going to be an interesting challenge. But luckily, he surrounded me with such very, very good actors. They're all incredibly competent that somehow I squeaked through
You
there.
came off very well. You got nice reviews for this.
Oh, that's because I wrote them.
No, is it? Now, are you going to go on and do, this is going to be a new direction?
Well, yeah, I'm doing a comedy right now with Estelle Getty and Joe Beth Williams.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's called Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. And I know what that's about.
Yeah.
So, geez.
Woo! We got to cut away here for a second and do a commercial, but we're coming back, folks. Stay where you are. We're right back.
You tell him he's your uncle.
You know, I mentioned before you came out here, you're probably one of the most recognizable people in the entire world. When you were a young man, before you got into this business, what would you have hoped in your life to accomplish? I mean, obviously you never envisioned this kind of success. Nobody does, and...
I thought that I would end up playing most likely heavies, and...
you did in some of the early...
I've gotten beaten up by Woody Allen,
Lords of the Flatbush,
Jack
yeah.
Lemmon, right, and then Lord of the Flatbush. So and then I really did get heavy. I mean, I thought playing heavy meant to get fat. So it's true. So I was like shooting Haagen-Dazs right into my veins, Odin. And
So you thought that would be your career?
Absolutely. I said, this is it, because, there's if you have certain physical characteristics,
Right.
you tend not to look like Jack Armstrong, the All-American. Boy, I looked like the Boston Strangler. So the parts came accordingly. And then Rocky was like a perfect vehicle to show the rough side, but also the innocent side.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have been, again, being beaten up by Woody Allen and Bananas.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
right, I forgot about
I'm
that.
telling you.
In Bananas.
Mm-hmm.
How many of you remember Bananas by Woody Allen? Funny picture. You went to, I think we talked about this once, you went to something like 12 schools in 13 different years.
I know. Well, variety is the spice of life. Yes?
Is that because you moved or just because you got bounced out?
That's because they hated me. That's why. I was
What
setting...
were you good in?
Arson.
Arson? Arson 101, popular course, yeah.
No, I was good in, like, flirting. I was good, things like, I don't know. There is an attention deficit syndrome I think I have. It's like after about 4 seconds, you want a new teacher. It's like, okay, someone new. You know what I'm saying? So I
You have a low level of boredom, right? Still?
Yes, I do, Oprah. It just happened.
Do you still have that low level of boredom?
Yeah, it's a real problem.
Yeah.
It really is. Oh, God, it is. They made channel changers for men like me. I mean, that to me, when they say, what is the great invention of the 20th century? People say, well, this is, and we're going to cure cancer.
Remote,
I said, no,
huh?
remote control. Because all night long. And, the person that sits there next to you, what is going through their mind? They're like, because they're not on your wavelength.
Yes.
And they got to, like...
Don't change that channel. Yeah, low attention span. That's
Oh,
right?
please. I sit there and I just sleep with my hand on the damn butt, like, just all night.
Okay, I'm getting this from Freddie, which means we've got a small clip from Oscar, right?
You don't.
What? Yes.
Really?
Yes, clever of us.
All
Is this,
right.
do we need any lead into this? Or do you know what we're going to see, or?
Oh, yeah, this is my daughter, who is kind of like my female counterpart. She's very, very tough, very, very spoiled, Italian princess. I find out that she supposedly is going to marry a chauffeur, and I'm coming up there to raise hell with her.
All right, watch it. From Oscar.
Lisa! So now you're locking your door?
A girl needs her privacy, Daddy. I'm a grown woman now.
So I heard.
What's that supposed to mean?
Don't be coy with me. I know all about your boyfriend. Or should I say, lover?
You know?
Yes. And you brought nothing but shame to this family. Indecente.
Daddy, you have to realize I'm not a little girl anymore. Look!
Put that away. I'm your father.
Say, how'd you find out about us anyway?
The mug was just here asking me for your hand in marriage.
Oh!
What are you crying for?
Because I'm so happy. I thought he left me for good.
You should be so lucky.
Don't say that about the man I'm gonna marry.
You're not gonna marry that monkey. You're gonna marry the man I picked out for you, Bruce Underwood III.
I don't want to marry Bruce Underwood. He's a snob and he's got pimples.
A couple of dates with you and that'll clear up.
Wow. Ring-a-boom-boom.
All right. Whambo.
You had everything but a rim shot in there.
Oh,
A
please.
couple of days with you. Wow.
Oh, there was bite marks all over the sets. I mean,
You look like you were having fun camping that
I
up.
was eating scenery for lunch. Jeez.
Anyway, it's a big hit. It's open, I guess, all around the country now, right?
Yeah, it is. It's actually it's in about 1,500 theaters. So I'm very, very proud of it because it was a stretch and it was nice. It was luckily I got a show.
Do some more stuff. Hey, it's always great to see you. You're a good
Hey.
guest on it. Would you come back and see us, will you?
Okay.
Kill a little time, okay?
Nice.
Thanks, Ryan.
Bye-bye.
We'll be back. We'll be back in a moment, Funds. Yes, sir.